Okay, and good morning. So, we've talked a little bit about some of the theorists in sociology, and we've looked at Mead and the stages of self-development and self. We've looked at Kohlberg's theory of moral development, and we've looked at Gilligan's theory of moral development and gender. So the last thing that we're going to look at today is Cooley's looking glass self. Now, what do you think about the concept? What is a looking glass? So think about what you might think a looking glass looks like. Exactly. It's very similar to a mirror. So, my parents have a glass company. I grew up with mirrors. So, here's what we do when we look in a mirror. We look at ourselves. We might look at our hair. What are we doing when we do this? Yeah, we're reflecting. We're reflecting on how we look, okay, to ourselves and who? Right, to other people. Because we see ourselves a lot of times as how others see us. A lot of people struggle with Cooley's looking glass self. So let's kind of look through this, okay? So we know that we look at a mirror, we have a reflection, we can reflect upon how we look, we can reflect upon how we think other people see us, okay? And do we really see ourselves as others see us? Yes or no? You go with yes. Okay. All right. And who's anybody say no? And you say no. Okay. Can you explain that? Right. So we actually have in our head how we look to other people. So this is a little complicated, right? Because this is a lot of sociology and psychology. So let's think about it like this. Now, in Cooley's looking glass self, here's how Cooley looks at this. He says, okay, there's three elements of the looking glass self. One is the imagination of our appearance to the other person. So we're imagining how the other person feels that we look, right? Got it? Okay, so here again, the imagination of our appearance, what they see here, okay, to them. So now, okay, so we're thinking about this. So it's our imagination. It's not the other person. It's our imagination. I know, isn't that really funny? We are anticipating and we're imagining what they think about how our appearance is. All right, now, just because we got that part, now we're also looking at our imagination of their judgment of our appearance. So we're not only looking at what do they think we look like and how we imagine that they perceive us, but now what about the judgment of our appearance? Okay, what if you see someone at the grocery store? I know you guys may not go to the grocery store as much as I do, but when you go to the grocery store, or when you go to class, or when you're putting gas in your car, and someone looks at you, what do you think? You're thinking, wonder if they're judging me because I got rips in my blue jeans. Now, okay, I know you guys are like, oh, my ripped blue jeans are really cool. Yeah, they were when I was your age too. So, but how do they look on me, right? Right? Okay, so yeah, they'd be like, what do I think when I run out? I have on ripped blue jeans. Oh, I know exactly what I think. I hope I don't see anybody. Now, why? Because age, Status, right? They know me and I'm a college professor. What do they think? Oh my goodness, what is wrong with them? Okay, because we have these little things, right? That we look at, that society says this is what you're supposed to look like, or here's what you're supposed to do. Here's how you're supposed to act. Here's how you're supposed to dress. Okay, and then the last thing, though, is it's a feeling. It's a sort of feeling. So we have some sort of self-feeling. I'm mortified. Someone saw me out in my ripped blue jeans. What are they going to think about me? Okay? What are they going to think? What if it's my children? I have this conversation a lot. You can't wear that. Why? Because you're embarrassing me. Okay. Because why? Status. Or why? Profession. Or do I look like a bad parent because my kids are running around with shoes that are worn out? Or maybe their t-shirt doesn't match their jeans or their sweatpants or something. Who knows? I don't know. I have 11-year-old twins that are not fashion sense, so they don't care about fashion sense. So maybe this is something that we think about, right? Well, here's the other aspect of this. We actually learn who we are by interacting with other people. And this interaction creates our self, which is the product of our social interactions with those people. Okay, so think about this in your life, okay? Think about when you were growing up. Get out a piece of paper. Let's write this down. Now, if we learn who we are by interacting with others, what do you think other people have told you or projected onto you? Well, yeah, I mean, you are smart. You're in college. It does take effort to get into college, right? And you're still in college. So what does that mean? Yes, it does mean that you're a good student. Now, here's the other thing. Do people think that you're smart because you're studious? Do they think you're smart because maybe your family's smart? Do they think you're smart because of why? Why would, and what if people didn't think you were smart? Is there something that somebody might tell you about yourself? So we're interacting with other people. That means we're getting feedback, right? Yeah, so we're getting feedback. Oh, so I'm sorry someone told you they didn't think you were very smart. I get it. Oh, because you weren't in honor society. Okay. Well, now let me answer that, because I think this is a really important thing. Just because you didn't get into honor society in high school doesn't mean you're not smart. Okay? There's plenty of people that do not get into honor society and go on and become, a college professor, right? So smart is relative. All right? So let's don't worry too much about that. Now, here's the other things. Now we also imagine how we present ourselves to other people. So I consider myself friendly. So what am I doing? Yeah, I smile a lot. Yeah, I'm kind of talkative. Yes, I'm very verbal and I talk with my hands. And I'm like, hey, how are you? How's everything going? How's your mom and them? We're from the South. We ask these things. And then what's one of the other things that we do? So we also, we think about how others think about us. What do they think about us? So we imagine how other people evaluate us. We're imagining that. Now, that makes us then develop feelings about ourselves. So if they're imagining that we're nice and cute and friendly, how do we feel? We feel like we're nice, cute, and friendly. Here's the whole killer part. In reality, we have absolutely no idea what others think about us. unless they tell us. Unless they tell us. And they tell us the truth. You see how that can kind of mess with everything? Okay. Yeah. So in a way, it's like I am who or what I think you think that I am. What does that say about you as a student? You're thinking about what your teachers think about you, aren't you? So y'all sit down and have a conversation about this. What do you think about that? Tell me all about it. We'll talk in a minute.